Hey Americans, today you're American again. I know this is the second video I've uploaded today, but I've got a lot on my mind. For this one, we're going to talk about the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms. Um, I'm pretty sure I don't have to go into the whole idea of what it actually means, blah, blah, blah. We all have probably read the amendments at one point in time. If we haven't, somebody failed us in school. Um, my take on the Second Amendment is that we have the right to protect ourselves by bearing arms. It's obvious. Um, but yet, there are cities and states that want to try to stop us. Uh, I read online a little while ago that in California, there's actually cities that are taking away people's guns because they might have taken medication at one point in time for mental illness. What? That's bullshit. You have no right to take away anybody's guns. Uh, Plain and simple. Yes, people say, well, felons should not have guns. Okay. I can understand that if you're talking about a person who committed a violent felony. They should not have guns. This whole idea that everybody who is a felon is automatically blanketed not to have guns, well, that's not only really stupid, but it doesn't even legally hold up. Why? Let's look at this. Okay, the federal law says that no felon should be able to possess a firearm. Firearm. Does anybody know what a firearm is? A gun is not a firearm, not automatically. The ATF is the only people that actually get to say what a firearm is. In the Firearm Act of 1976, they say that a firearm is anything built after, I do believe, 1899, or no, 1909, I believe, and has a cartridge. A black powder gun is not a firearm. So, strike number one, felons can have black powder guns. That includes black powder pistols, revolvers. I know that might scare people, but hey, deal with it. Number two, as some people have already guessed, I live in Texas. There's a law here called the 417 statute. 417 statute clearly states that a felon may not possess a firearm unless, yes, there is an unless there, unless the felon has had been more than 4 years past his date of release or date of end of parole. So if a felon, let's say, went to prison, got out, finished parole or probation, and then 5 years down the line decided he wanted a gun to protect his family, in Texas, that's legal, as it should be. There is cities in the United States where you have to have a gun. The one that makes really the most famous one is Kenosha, Georgia. There is a mandate in Kenosha, Georgia, that says that you have to possess a gun in your house, or you may not live in Kenosha, Georgia. Why is that? Because number one, even though Kenosha is only 29,000 people, okay, there's other cities in the United States that are 29,000 people, and there's lots of burglaries and crimes that happen in those cities. Why? Because kids who don't have a lot to do, they think it's kind of fun. They go break into people's houses. Well, there is no break-ins or burglaries in Kenosha. Why? Because everybody knows that in order to live in that city, you have to have a firearm. You have to have a gun. It is a city ordinance. So are you going to break into somebody's house that has a gun? No. Should everybody have a gun in their house? Yes. Why? Because do you really want your family, your mother, your wife, your daughter, your son, your father, do you want them to be in danger when somebody walks in? Somebody breaks into your house? No, you don't. You want to be able to protect yourself and your family. Now, people who are for this gun control, as they call it, don't really give a shit about that. They say, well, people don't need these AR-15s. They don't need AK-47s. No, they don't. They don't need them. We as a society do not need these assault rifles. We want them. That's enough. Because the Second Amendment gives us the right to own them. You in Congress, you as President Obama, you want to take that rights away from us? You have no right to take those rights away from us. You can sit there and say, well, they're hurting people. No, they're not. The people behind the guns are hurting people. I can buy a 22 caliber Ruger 10/22. It is a long rifle. Comes in a couple of different variations. One is a small box magazine, which is actually, I think it's like, looks like a pyramid. Okay, and the bullets don't go straight in; they go around. It holds 20 bullets. Now, that's just a plinking gun. But guess what? That is just as dangerous as an AR-15 in the wrong people's hands. Do I think we should stop allowing people to own whatever kind of gun they want? No. That is bullshit. That is against the law, in my eyes. We need to teach people about guns. You need to stop people who are violent from being able to have a gun. Do I think it should be just a blanketed felon? Felons cannot have guns? No. It should be, if you are a violent criminal, you should not have a gun. Do I care if it's a felony or not? No. I think that if you are found to be guilty of a violent misdemeanor, that, breaking and entering. You say, I'm not sure if there's a misdemeanor for that, or robbery. But let's say you have that. Should you ever be allowed to have a gun? No. Not unless you have somehow changed your ways. I don't know how we would actually work that, but there has to be new systems in progress. There has to be new ways of finding out who should be able to have a gun, who should not. Not let's just blanketly say that people in the United States do not need these guns, do not deserve to be able to own these guns. Yes, we do deserve to be able to own these guns. We are Americans. We are protected under the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms. Does that mean we should be able to shoot anybody we want? No, that's not what it's saying. That's saying that we should be able to protect ourselves and our families and our country at any given time with what we own, guns. We should be able to carry guns on us. This whole carry concealed weapon law, I like it. More states are actually going to it. You'll find that a lot of states that have the carry concealed weapon, there is a lot less muggings. There's a lot less carjackings. Why? It's obvious. Are you going to go carjack somebody that you don't know if they have a gun in their car or not? No. Number two, in Texas at least, they say that you can have a weapon in your home. You do not have to have a carry concealed to have it. You can just have it in there. Okay? Now, also in Texas law, your vehicle is considered an extension of your house. So therefore, you can actually buy a pistol, keep it in your car without the carry concealed weapon law, without the carry concealed weapon license, to protect yourself. Now, Understand that also means that if a police officer asks you if you have a weapon in your car, you have to tell them immediately. So, I mean, come on, guys. Stop this bullshit of, oh, we don't need guns. We don't need guns. No, we don't. But it is our right to have them if we want them. People like to go out and shoot targets. People like to go hunting. I mean, yes, you're not going to hunt with an AR-15. But guess what you're going to do with an AR-15? You're going to go out and blow off some steam at the range. You're going to spend money on bullets, which is going to help the American economy. And guess what? You're going to get out your anger or your frustrations or a little bit of excess energy and less chances of you doing something fucking stupid. Now, if we take away these guns and people have them, they're going to sit there and look at them and they're not going to be able to go out and fire them. So pent up energy. I mean, come on. Just be smart about it. Don't, as an American citizen, do not misuse the right to bear arms. Do not be one of those stupid idiots walking around with their pants around their ankles with a gun in their waistband that have no rights to have the gun out in public because you're the people that are causing the rest of us public citizens to possibly lose our right to bear arms, which I don't see how anybody can take that right away from us, but they're going to try. They've been trying for years. They took away the assault rifle. There was an assault rifle ban for many years. We finally got them back. Then President Obama tried to take away any gun that had more than a 10-round magazine. Give me a fucking break. But your police can have anything they want. No. Number one, it's right to bear arms. It's the Second Amendment. If you don't like it, move the fuck out. Go to some other country where you're not allowed to think for yourself, where you're not allowed to have a gun. And plain and simple, for the rest of you Americans who like this idea, support the Second Amendment. Call your representative, call your senator. Tell them to stop this bullshit of trying to take away our gun rights. Join the NRA. Do whatever you can, but do not let this government take away our guns. Do you understand me? I hope so. Have a good day. Later.